course, whenever he moves in, they move out, and because he's the boss. And
when Traveler moves in, they move out.
uh-huh.
Are you the alpha horse?
He is definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. And he is so sensitive to. It's like when they. I had one diagnosis where they said that the cancer had gone to the bones and is in both kidneys and bladder, and turned out that the kidneys and bladder, it's not there anymore. And
I always read every one of your stories, Sam.
well, and this, I came out and sat down there. I was just kind of overwhelmed, you know. I mean, it's just
Of course.
seemed like we weren't going to get to eat carrots together for very long, didn't it?
Yeah.
And so I sat there, and he came over, and I didn't have any carrots or anything like that, but he just put his head on my shoulder, and then was laying it on my shoulder and on my head, and he stood here for like 30 minutes plus, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have any camera. I wouldn't. It wasn't a picture moment. It was kind of you and me talking together, wasn't it, Traveler?
So he was just caring for you and loving you.
Yeah, he just. That was a time.
Sits down there, they'll stay there right over him. You know.
Yeah, that was just a time when Dad and Traveler needed to talk, didn't we?
Well,
And,
he certainly listened, didn't he?
yeah, and so he. But old Wrangler, he getting his own goofy personality, just like, and it really kind of a lick when I ended up, retiring March 1st, because I just I didn't feel like I was. They didn't want me to retire, but it's law enforcement's a dangerous thing, and I didn't feel like I was as much protection as the guys expected out of me. And so, but now we're just all old retired cops, aren't we, guys? This Traveler, he is such a sweetheart, and he loves kids. He would. We were working security for Wines of the West, out at Stockyard. Because back when Aaron was out there, and so anyway, they'd made the final money run that night, and took the money over to the office, where it used to be. And so anyway, we'd ridden over there, and so I was just sitting there, relaxed, and the reins loose on him, and he was up there between the cars, right in front of the old office, where it used to be on the ground floor. And so all of a sudden he's there, and he went, his head jerked up and looked around like that, and I thought, what happened? Did something spook him? And he started backing up, back through the cars. I know, I'm going to tell this anyway. You don't nip me on the hands. Like, go.
Your daddy's telling you a story.
Yeah. And he backed out and turned and just started down the street by himself, and I just kept my hands loose, and reins were loose, and there was they were like rodeo queens or something that had just come out of cattlemen's, and they were standing in a circle talking, and I guess he decided it was time to get attention from them, because he just went walking down there, went up and stuck his head in the middle of the circle, and here's all these girls are like, oh, and nobody screamed, so I know they were country girls. And they turned and looked at me, and I said, ladies, I didn't tell him to do this. I said, he was, and I told them that story, and everybody's like, yeah, the old man's just trying to flirt with some young girls, but it was you that was flirting. And then we do so many things over at the Harn Homestead, and I've got so many pictures of where the little kids are just solid around him, and his head is down, and his head disappears like from here on up, because he knows when to put his head down for the little kids, and you know when to get loving up here, don't you? Yeah.
That's so good. Thank you. Well, Traveler, I've got a car, and it's going all over the state of Oklahoma, and I'm naming it after you.
Oh, my goodness.
Because you just really tugged on my heartstrings when I heard your name, and besides, he's got a cool name, and all of your horses have great names. You guys are really good namers. I mean, you name your dog. Are you the good namer?
I'm the namer, I guess.
You name the dogs and the horses and everything.